I want to talk about, let's see here, dementias today. And, of course, this is pretty serious business. There's 5 major dementias. There's many others, but there's 5 major ones, all of them preventable, all of them reversible, okay? And, of course, there are presidential candidates out there who say that these diseases have no known cause, no known treatment, no known cure. That's all nonsense. But, they also said we're going to raise $2 million to support the people doing the research on these dementias so we can get to the bottom of this. Okay. Anyway, here, I want you to get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and then the CD, Public Enemy Number 1. It goes into some detail here and everything I'm going to share with you now. Let's start out with vascular dementia, very common. Vascular dementia, the arteries in the brain get plugged up by the same stuff that plugs up your arteries in your heart and your kidneys, okay, and your neck and your eyes, and it's called inflammation. Eating fried foods, processed meats, oils, gluten, anything inflammatory is going to set your arteries up for being clogged with scar tissue, not cholesterol plaque as was theorized before. No. Actually, the clogging is caused by scar tissue generated by the lining of your arteries in response to inflammation caused by trans fats, heterocyclamines, and acrylamides, all of which are found in fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, things like deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, oils, microwave popcorn, theater popcorn, olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils, and gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Then we'll talk about the nutritional approach here in a second. And then we have Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease has nothing to do with genetics. It certainly has nothing to do with aluminum. Alzheimer's disease is a physician-caused disease. It is caused because doctors demonize cholesterol, okay, to sell a product called Crisco. The Procter & Gamble gave the American Heart Association $1.7 million in 1952 to demonize cholesterol so they could sell Crisco, they meaning the Procter & Gamble. And it was the whole thing over cholesterol was a sales campaign. Well, it turns out when you lower your cholesterol and your brain is 75% by weight, the white matter of the brain is the myelin, the insulation material of the brain is 100% cholesterol. So you get on a cholesterol-restricted diet so you can sell Crisco, and you get on cholesterol-lowering drugs just because the pharmaceutical company says, hey, if you want your cholesterol lowered, we'll make a drug for it. They were just opportunistic there, right? And then, let's see, here we have Korsakoff syndrome, which is a deficiency of a single vitamin, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, which is a deficiency of a single vitamin, and a MS, multiple sclerosis at the same time, and then vitamin B12 deficiency dementia, which is self-explanatory. So I like to cover them all. 1 healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight, 3 of the de-stress capsules twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight, 2 a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time, of the ultimate cardio sticks to support healthy blood pressure and support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries, and also the ultimate daily tablets, 3 of those twice a day, as 1 bottle a month to support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And let's see here. We already talked about the de-stress capsules, but I would also throw in one more thing, and that would be the because of the Wernicke-Korsakoff, we've got to deal with the MS and the Wernicke-Korsakoff. It would be the ultimate. Let's see here, ultimate cardio sticks. No, I would go with the BTT 2.0 tablets. The BTT 2.0 tablets, and I'd take 2 of those twice a day. That's one bottle a month of those per 100 pounds of body weight. And all that's designed to support remote maintenance repair of the neurological system, right? And you have to eat about 10 to 12 eggs a day per 100 pounds of body weight, either poached, soft yolk, soft-boiled, soft yolk, soft scrambled in butter. And again, all of this is in the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and the CD, Public Enemy Number 1. There's a double-blind randomized study on Alzheimer's disease which shows very clearly that you can prevent Alzheimer's disease by 78% with a supplement program. Okay, you can prevent and it's a very minor supplement. They only use 2 nutrients plus a certain lifestyle of the people who they gave it to. We were talking about 5,000 people, 2,500 on the supplement program and 2,500 on the dummy pill. And the ones getting the supplement program reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease compared to the ones getting the dummy pill by 78%. That is a prevention. Okay? And then when you have advanced Alzheimer's disease, just taking large doses of a single vitamin got rid of a significant amount of the clinical symptoms so you could be functional. That came out in 1992. That's one of the reasons why my Dead Doctors Don't Lie audio cassette tape was so controversial and so interesting to people. Okay? Again, I want you to get a hold of that book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and the CD, Public Enemy Number 1. And stick with us, because we're going to be back with more truth, justice, and the Youngevity way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body? Generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products. Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local Youngevity distributor today, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Youngevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I talk about a Fox News story here, headline, U.S. patients get higher radiation doses in some heart tests. And what they're talking about is this myocardial perfusion imaging, or better known as nuclear stress test. Millions of people in the U.S. get them every year to help diagnose and treat coronary artery disease. They say a typical patient in the U.S. gets 20% higher radiation dose than someone who gets the test outside the U.S., in part because American labs were less likely to adhere to recommended dosing guidelines. And this was all reported in the Journal of American Medical Association's Internal Medicine. And according to the senior lead author, Dr. Andrew Einstein of the Columbia University Medical Center, is quoted as saying, when it is appropriately performed, the benefits of a nuclear heart test scan far outweigh this radiation exposure. However, it is still incumbent upon doctors to minimize the amount of radiation that the patient receives from such testing while simultaneously ensuring a good quality heart study. And they go on to say, to minimize the risk of cancer associated with the radiation exposure, guidelines recommend that exposure during the myocardial perfusion test be limited to 9 millisieverts. But only 24% of U.S. patients got a 9 millisieverts or less, compared to 43% of people treated outside the U.S. And they go on to say only outside the U.S. the dose was below 9.7 millisieverts half of the time, but inside the U.S. half of the time the dose was above 11.6 millisieverts. This is based on data collected by the International Atomic Energy Agency to assess radiation exposure in cardiology practices in 308 labs from 65 countries, including 55 in the U.S., and they say Einstein and colleagues examined whether these labs use the recommended dose, radiation dose, through practices such as minimizing the higher dose. More U.S. labs avoided the use of thallium, a material that exposes people to higher radiation in patients younger than 70, but fewer U.S. labs adjusted doses to patients' weight or had protocols favoring stress tests in part without nuclear medicine. When patients undergo the stress imaging, they receive nuclear medicine for initial tests, but only get another dose for additional images if the first pictures suggest a problem. Adopting the stress-only protocols reduced the average radiation dose by about 64%, from 11 millisieverts to just 4 millisieverts, according to Einstein. And they go, according to Dr. Rebecca Smith Bindman of the University of California, San Francisco, who wrote an editorial on this report. They say radiation exposure still could cause cancer in a small but real number of patients. She continued, the unnecessary and inappropriately performed tests harm patients by causing them discomfort, anxiety, and leading to a large number of irrelevant incidental findings. So there you go. They're at it again.
Well, yeah, of course, this is a high-tech tool, which works really great in a mannequin, a fake person, but you have to appreciate you can get the same information from a high-resolution ultrasound that has zero radiation, but you don't get as much money for that. You get like $50, as a doctor when you use these nuclear imaging tests. I mean, they're talking about $2,500 and each, for the doctor. And so this is why they go that direction. Insurance will pay for it. All right, the patient says, "Oh, I'm getting the high-tech stuff and I'm not having to pay for it." Well, same thing with mammograms. Same thing with CAT scans. Those things, one of those imaging things gives you the same radiation as 500 chest x-rays. It's insane to do those things. But because insurance will pay for it and doctors push it, people never get a second opinion. Okay? They'll get 5 bids on a roof on their house. They get 5 bids on putting a sprinkler system in their yard. When it comes to something like imaging, CAT scans, mammograms, and vascular imaging, which can cause cancer from all the radiation, people do what their doctor says without even asking for a second opinion. It's insane. I hope everybody gets the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and the CD, Public Enemy #1, and Save Themselves. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Wisconsin. And Michelle, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Michelle. You're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. My son is 8 months old, and he has been diagnosed with alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, and I'm wondering what I can do to help him.
Okay, well, how is that manifesting itself? Why did you take him to the doctor?
When he was 2 months old, his pediatrician noticed that he had some jaundice left, so then he recommended that we go and see a hepatologist, who at that time then took blood work because he thought that alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency is what my son had. And then the blood work showed that is what he had.
Okay. Well, how much does your son weigh?
He's 17 pounds.
Oh, 17 pounds, okay. All right, we'll kind of round him up to 20 pounds. All right. And is he eating, and is he home, or is he ill?
Yes. No, he's doing well. He's stable. That's what the doctor says. His blood work is stable. His ALT is 122, though, so it's higher than it should be.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of a liver function indicator.
Yes.
Okay.
But he doesn't have any jaundice or anything like that anymore.
Okay, did they put him under the blue lights when he was born, or?
No, he had no jaundice when he was born. It just started to manifest itself when he was about 2 months old.
Are you breastfeeding him? Are you breastfeeding him?
I did not breastfeed him, no. He was on formula, and the formula, it didn't really agree with him, so then the doctor put him on something called progestamil.
Okay, how many minerals are in progestamil?
2,
3?
maybe 4 or 5. minerals are in progestamil.
Okay, did that include selenium?
There is selenium in there. There's not a lot.
Okay. All right. I'd go ahead and, obviously he needs that formula. But I would also, let's say 20 pounds of body weight, he needs to have, and I would go ahead and give him what we would call the, let's go for something simple. Tropical Plus. Okay, Shar, how much Tropical Plus would you give this young fella?
I would give him 20 pounds. I'd give him like a quarter of an ounce. Yeah,
well, what I would do is give him, it's a teaspoon twice a day, which is very, it's what you're saying, a teaspoon twice a day per 20 pounds of body weight. And so I'd give him a teaspoon at breakfast, a teaspoon at dinner of what we call Tropical Plus. It's a multiple. But I would also give him the EFAs. I would give him one of those a day. Just go ahead and puncture it, and you can put it right in this formula. Okay, one a day, the EFAs, as for the omega-3s. And I would also give him some selenium. Okay, some extra selenium. What I would do is take one capsule of selenium, open it up, put it on a saucer, take a butter knife, and make sort of 4 equal piles. Take one of those, 1/4 of that capsule, and put it in his morning dose of the formula. And then, as he gets bigger, we need to increase the dosage of everything. We'll change his formula as he gets bigger. Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Raleigh, North Carolina, and Denise, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Denise, you're on the air. Okay. How can we help you?
Denise has turned this over to Larita Singleton, who's calling on behalf of her husband, Charles Singleton. And he has chronic kidney heart failure stage 3 and as well as chronic kidney disease stage 3.
Is he on dialysis?
Also.
Wait a minute, is he on dialysis?
No, sir. No, he's not on dialysis.
Okay, so he got kidney disease.
Right, he has kidney disease and congestive
and what's his heart problem?
His ejection fraction is like about 18%, and he's having problems with breathing, the shortness of breath.
How much does he weigh?
They said that he weighs 186 pounds.
Okay.
And they say that the only thing that could make him better is a heart transplant. So
okay. Cardiologist does he have any other issues? Does he have any other issues? High blood pressure, diabetes?
No, he was on diabetic medication, but because he lost so much weight, he doesn't have to take the diabetes medication anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a Shar thing. 186 pounds. He's got kidney failure. They're talking about doing stuff because of his kidneys or want to do a heart transplant. Obviously, he got a heart that's in trouble. What would you do for him, Shar?
I get him on 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and then I just add the Ultimate Daily and the Niacin Plus to that. Mm-hmm. And I get him on a gluten-free diet immediately.
Okay, so Shar's exactly right. None of the bad stuff, no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, absolutely no oils whatsoever, and absolutely no gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, no oats. And then 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything at breakfast and dinner. Okay. And then, as Shar said, I'd go ahead and throw in the Ultimate Daily Tablets, 3 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month. I would throw in the Ultimate Cardio Sticks, 2 of those a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. That's 2 boxes a month. They come in boxes of 30. And let's see here, the Niacin Plus, I'd go ahead and get 2 bottles a month, the Niacin Plus, and have him take 2 of those twice a day. And then what would you give him if he had more heart problems, maybe some memory problems, in addition to all this?
I'd give him the De-Stress.
Perfect. You get an A-plus girl. Yeah, the De-Stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. That would be 2 bottles a month. And that covers everything from the metabolism of the heart muscle to the vascular system to the electrical system and so on. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how he's doing. And stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to New York. And Emmy, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Emmy, you're on the air.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. I just have two simple questions today. I'm trying to understand a little bit better about gluten and oil, because I know you've been talking about how bad gluten is, and I just want to make sure for a normal person, like a healthy person, is that okay to still eating something that has gluten in it, or is it definitely you want to avoid it? Because, I mean, did the body produce something to digest the gluten or not? That's my first question.
Okay, well, first, the answer, wait a minute, one question at a time. The answer to the first question will be a little sort of tortuous here, so I'm going to answer some of it, and then I'm going to give some of it to Shar to answer. And at this point, there are people who claim that they have enzymes that will break down gluten, which is a protein. It will. Gluten can be broken down into the amino acids by enzymes, but there's that caveat is nothing's 100%. So a percentage is going to slip through. When you're talking about biological systems, percentages will slip through. So if a person is sensitive to gluten, which like 85 to 90% of Americans are, or if you're dating somebody or you're married to somebody who has a gluten intolerance, you still don't want to be eating gluten because of cross-contamination in the laundry, the food preparation surface, the couches where people sit and watch TV, the beds they sleep in together, and so on, mother-in-law. I mean, it can't be nobody in the house eating gluten if there's somebody in the house who is gluten intolerant. And let's see here, Shar, what's the best way to learn where you're going to find gluten that you don't know about?
Listen to the CD Serial Killers.
Okay, very good. Serial Killers. That CD will teach you all the hidden places that you run into gluten. And, you know, they're talking about they use gluten to thicken chicken rice soup or chicken vegetable soup. You don't think you're going to have rice, wheat in there, but they use it as a thickener. Same way with gravy, soups, things like meatloaf, meatballs, dog food, cat food, kind of that kind of stuff. And so you just have to watch it. It's in everything. You have to read labels. When it says gluten-free, naturally gluten-free, then you roll it over in the back and you look at the allergy stuff, and it says these nuts are packaged which are gluten-free or packaged on equipment that also packages wheat products. And so the dust in the bag is wheat dust, even though the nuts started out gluten-free, but now they've been contaminated because of the machinery they were packaged on. So you got to be aware of all that kind of stuff. And gluten intolerance will cause a damage to the lining of the intestines, okay, which reduces the efficiency of absorption. Shar, you've seen people with really severe gluten problems. How many diseases did they have?
There was a lady in Canada that had 22 diagnosed diseases.
Yeah, she was seeing 17 specialists on 27 prescription drugs because she couldn't absorb every one of those 22 diseases was a nutritional deficiency disease because she couldn't absorb nutrients because of her gluten intolerance. And so this is a very life-threatening thing. And so it's not something simple like, oh, I just get a little rash on my little finger. That's not quite what you're looking at here. Okay, second question.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering that question, Dr. Wallace. And the second one is that you talked about oil and how bad it is, and I totally understand and agree with you that fried food is really bad. But I read a lot of books about how good the coconut oil is when you eat it fresh. So is that a problem with eating that without frying that with the coconut oil, or it's still bad?
Yeah, the only way coconut oil would be safe would be for you to pick the coconut off the tree, mash the coconut, get the oil yourself, and use it immediately. If it's sitting there for 10 minutes, it's already oxidized. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it's very, very, very fragile. And look at these island people who live a lot on coconut. They eat a lot of coconut as part of their traditional diets. Mm-hmm. Obesity is a big thing with them. They tend to be a couple 100 pounds overweight. They die at a very early age of heart disease, diabetes, all this kind of stuff. Cardiovascular disease because of the clogged arteries as a result of inflammation from using coconut oil and everything. And so it's not safe just because somebody says, hey, it really tastes great and it's good for cooking. Well, it may be good for the mechanics of cooking and the food looks good and tastes good, but it will kill you. Okay? And we're talking about microwave popcorn. We're talking about theater popcorn, olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils. All of these things are extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. I cannot emphasize that enough, I guess is the word I'm looking. I can't emphasize that enough. And when you look at clogged arteries, it has nothing to do with cholesterol. It has to do with trans fatty acids, heterocyclic amines, and acrylamides, which come from oxidized oils. So even, you go to a restaurant and they have a bottle of coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil on the table with some vinegar so you can make your own salad dressing. The white vinegar is made from wheat, and then the oil is oxidized because it's in a clear glass, and the light is oxidizing it at room temperature. It's been out there all day from 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. You come in at dinner time and use some of that olive oil that's been sitting on the table there all day, and it gets put in the back of the room probably for a month, and they just keep topping it off as it gets used. It is nothing but oxidized oil, okay? And so these things are extremely dangerous, and I just, hope that you appreciate. Now, I really thank you for asking these questions. And again, Shar said I would get a hold of that CD, Serial Killers, to find out where you find all the hidden gluten. But get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, and get a hold of the book, Hell's Kitchen, and you will just be amazed at the information we have on what oxidation does. I wrote my first paper on that subject in 1971. Okay? Clogged arteries have nothing to do with cholesterol. It has to do with eating oxidized oils and fried foods and that sort of stuff. So there's nothing good about it. Okay? Somebody out there just decided, hey, I'm a chef. It smells good. It tastes good. Makes the finished food looks good. Gives a good presentation. And, of course, find me one of these chefs who lives to be 100. They all die. In fact, one of the top organic food chefs in Canada, who is the personal chef of the Queen of England, a couple of years ago, he died at 54 of a heart attack because he cooked in all these oils. And so just because they say it, whoever they are, just because it tastes good, just because it smells good, just because it looks good, doesn't mean it's good. But good question. Okay, let's see. How much time we got here, Doug?
About 30 seconds.
About 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and take it and remind everybody to get a hold of that book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Get a hold of the DVD, Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, and the CD, Public Enemy Number 1. And those are pretty much my most recent bits of information from my presentations. And, of course, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie is finally in Spanish. You can get the Spanish version of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Contact your Youngevity associate. Get the Spanish version of the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie. We've had the CD forever in Dead Doctors Don't Lie in Spanish. And it's in 9 other languages. It's in Mandarin and Cantonese, Korean. Let's see here. It's in French. It's in Portuguese, right, for Brazil and East and West Africa. It's in Russian. It's in Punjabi for India. Come on, get with it. Get these tools and start your own Youngevity business. And we'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to British Columbia. And Christine, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Christine, you're on the air.
Hey, Dr. Wallach, I want to thank you so much, and I want to praise you, too.
Well, you're so very welcome. Thank you.
Well, at 62, which was about 4 years ago, I fell. I had a really serious fall, like 15 feet. Blew my knee out, and here I'd been in the alternative health field all my life. I even manufactured the first organic flax oil in the world in the 80s. Anyway, I had been taking supplements the whole time, right? But when I fell, I had just committed to doing your program because I used to see you at health shows and stuff, and my knee was blown out, and the stuff, it was sitting next to me, and I'd been taking it for 4 days. So I said, all right, well, this is a test. I just started chugging your products. No kidding, my knee was twice the size. I couldn't walk, right? And I think I paid $100 in shipping that month. All I did was chug your products, and within, I don't even think it was 2 weeks, I was walking without anything else. And I had all kinds of other problems, including sciatica. I mean, I couldn't drive anyway, on and on. Digestive problems. And I'm a healthy gal today, thanks to you.
Well, you're very kind, and thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for sharing your testimony.
Yeah, no, I could go on and on. But I wanted to ask you, I have a friend who's like your age who has multiple myeloma, and he's been kind of fighting it with all kinds of stuff. And I mean, he's a native. He was taking, bear bile. And anyway, it's been about 5 or 6 years. He's still alive. He's really skinny. He's open to taking your program. I think I know what to give him, but I just would like your advice.
How much does he weigh?
He's pretty skinny, like 100. He's lost a lot of weight, 127 pounds, and he's still on if he doesn't take his pill chemo, he gets really, really sick, and his cancer count goes up, of course.
Okay. So we only have a moment here. We only have a moment. Char, what would you give a 127 pound guy that has been diagnosed with bone marrow cancer? What would you give him?
Well, I give him a healthy brain and heart pack, obviously, but then I'd give him a lot of extra stuff. I'd make sure he had the Immortalium and the Ocean's Gold for the sea cucumber, and give him the Fucoid Z, too. And for the ORIC points, I'd give him the BTT 2.0.
Well, I'd give it all to him, okay? Yeah, exactly. So, 127 pounds, as Char said, Christine, I would go ahead and give him one healthy brain and heart pack per month, get an extra bottle of selenium so he can have 3 of those twice a day. The Fucoid Z, I'd go ahead and give him 5 of those twice a day. It'll be, I think, 4 bottles a month because they only come in small bottles. That's for the fucoid in it. A lot of research on that. 3 of the Ocean's Gold tablets twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month for the sea cucumber that's in their best friend when you have any kind of cancer. And then the BTT 2.0 tablets, as Char said, I'd go ahead and have him take 4 of those twice a day, okay, or you can split them up even a third, but 8 a day, 8 or 9 a day. That'd be 2 bottles a month of the BTT 2.0 tablets, and that's to get his ORIC points, his antioxidant points, above 320,000 per day, okay, to help his body defend itself. And I would do one other little thing. I would get him some of the ultimate, let's see here, OsteoFX Plus, and I'd go ahead and have him take 3 of those 3 times a day. I'd get 2 bottles a month of that, just in case there's a misdiagnosis here. But 50% of the time, when somebody's diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is bone marrow cancer, oftentimes it's myelosclerosis, which is osteoporosis, where the scar tissue, the bone matrix, fills the bone marrow cavity, squeezes out the mechanism that makes the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets, and it's oftentimes misdiagnosed as multiple myeloma, which is cancer, which is a lot more expensive treatment. So the doctors like the expensive treatment as opposed to the cheaper treatment of the nutritional deficiency as opposed to the cancer, right? And the fact that he's been alive all this time without taking his chemotherapy and stuff, I'm starting to feel funny about the diagnosis. But let's kind of look at both directions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Char. Thank you, Doug. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Longevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities. Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Longevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Longevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Longevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. If you're up several times every night to go to the bathroom, have frequent urination during the day, feel like you have to urinate but then have difficulty getting a stream going, have leaking, dribbling, or urgency to the point a restroom must always be nearby, you may have an enlarged prostate. According to the National Kidney Foundation, by age 60, more than half of all men have an enlarged prostate, or BPH. By age 85, that number is 90%, according to the American Urological Association. Ultimate ProstFX from Youngevity has been developed for nutritional support of the prostate gland. ProstFX promotes prostate health and supports healthy prostate function. Stop sprinting to the restroom and avoid those embarrassing moments with ProstFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake, or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.